Section 2 starts off by asking us, list all the properties of a rectangle. Begin with the properties of a parallelogram. So for this section, I'm going to give you 4 minutes time to write down the properties of a rectangle, and again, begin with properties of a parallelogram. Go ahead, pause your video now. The first thing that I wrote down was opposite sides are congruent and parallel. That came from definite property of a parallelogram. Second, I stated that diagonals bisect each other and are congruent. We already knew they bisected each other because that was the property of the parallelogram. And here in the last, or in question 1 through 3, we proved that they are also congruent to one another if we're dealing with a rectangle. Sorry, if we're dealing with rectangles. And then the last part that I added here is the angle measures 90 degrees and are all congruent. Well, we know that with it, order for it to be a rectangle, they have to be 90-degree angles because they're right angles. That came from definition of a rectangle because a rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. So it's a little bit of an extension from just being a parallelogram. On to the next section.